Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-juice.com. It's deja vu all over again. There are 3 beers in front of each of us. What are we doing, Michael? Is this another test?
This is another test.
Is this the test that you kind of alluded to at the last video?
I did allude to this test. So what we have here is another yeast.
Another yeast.
In the trilogy. One of these beers we tasted last week. This is a new beer. So it's the same wort, same recipe. 10 pounds pale ale, 2 pounds pills, 1 pound American caramel 60 Levabond.
Okay.
So again, the colors are the same. The head retention is the same. In my glass, it's down. It must be just cleaning glasses and stuff. So,
okay. Well, I'm sniffing these beers.
Yeah.
And I already can tell that there are 2 that smell similar. And one that smells different. So, now it's time for the tasting.
Now, I'm looking for redemption here. Last time I got it wrong. Oh, man. Smells good, though. It smells good. I love it.
It smells good. Now, there's a 3rd yeast strain. What is it, friend? Are you going to at least say what it is?
So, last week we tried the 001 American Ale. We had 002 English Ale. In the mix here, because if you remember from the Twitter picture that I posted when I did this, I had 3 carboys. The 3rd carboy is actually WYeast 1028, which is their London ale yeast. So I wanted to see, can I taste the difference between 2 English ales? If I can, what is the real difference between those 2 beers? I think 1028, a lot of people use that as their workhorse English strain. There's 19 or 18 something, I think, is the one that the ESB yeast. So I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. We should have looked it up. But that's the way it goes.
This is ESB-ish.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
I just keep going back for the aroma because that's what if I trusted the aroma last time, I would have done good.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever had any experience drinking the London Ale yeast strain from WYeast, but I'm thinking of brewing an extra special bitter for competition this fall, and if this is what it can do to that grain bill that you described a few times now, that's what I'm getting. This is the yeast strain for me.
1028. So my only complaint in the past, I have used 1028 in the past, is that it doesn't ferment as well as other English strains. And oh man, I'm gonna get this wrong again.
I got it. Boom.
All right, let me give one more aroma round. I know it's incredibly entertaining at home.
It is. But I can tell you, just to keep people a little bit entertained,
I'm desperate here.
That White Labs 002 is so, and this is just the way your beer's finished, so fruity and sweet. It's easily identifiable.
But is it sweet, like sugary sweet, or is
No,
it malty?
it's
like there's a
malty
sweet.
Malty sweet.
Yeah.
Fruity ale, like what I would get, like when people ask me, like, well, what's the difference between a lager and ale? You know, it's the fruitiness of an ale that I can point out to someone, say, drink this, and then drink it next to this lager that I made. Can you tell the difference? And most people can, because it is distinctively fruity. So,
yeah, I'm going with the 1028 and the 002.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
We don't know if we have the same order.
No, we don't. That's right.
Time.
So 002, these 2 are 002, and this is your 1028.
Okay, so you're saying the double is 002, and I'm saying the double is 1028.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, let's dive off camera and get the score sheet, shall we?
Should I sing a song while you're, grabbing it? I'm not going to.
The next triangle test we're going to do is Hefeweizen and 002. Let's see if I can pick that up.
I don't know, it's kind of fruity.
Okay. The D's, which is the 1028, are the 2 Bridgetons.
Yep.
That's 1028.
That's this. Oh, that's 1028.
Yes. Huh. And the Magic Hat and the Warren Pub is 1028.
Huh.
And the Ska Brewing and the Willie is the 002.
All right. Well, I was tricked. See, I didn't have any good for you. I'm glad you have redemption.
seeing how I brew a lot of English beers, I should pick it up.
So now I will retract to that
How can I
statement.
pick this out, but I can't pick out?
I don't know, because the reason why I picked these two as 002, because these were fruitier.
You think they're fruitier? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And sweeter. And so this one seems more ESB-ish, drier. That's amazing. So that's why. So, as I was about to say, I'm retracting the statement about the perfect ESB yeast. I'm going with 002 because this finished way too sweet for me.
Yes, this is sweeter, and in fact, it finished at a
Higher
a point higher
gravity.
in gravity than this did.
All right, that's what threw me off.
I don't know if we can taste 1 point in gravity, but it is what it is. We can detect the difference. I mean, you have the difference right.
It just didn't have the right strain.
We got the difference right. You just picked the strain wrong.
It was just
and that's
hard.
really what it's about in the triangle test, is trying to get the like ones together, regardless of what the difference is. Because you can use this technique for doing things like, does first wort hopping make a difference? Or can you taste the difference between Centennial and Columbus? I mean, the key is to find, or oxidated beer, non-oxidative, like get the two together. It's a way of knowing whether your palate can grab onto things that are the same. Not necessarily know if you can get the right answer, but can you pair the right thing together? And we did do that. So you're 2-0 and I'm 1-1. Boom. Cool.
So so that's interesting because now it would be great to have that 001 right here.
Now, see what would be you know what
like,
I would love to throw into this mix would be WLP007, which is the English dry, which is supposed to ferment a little bit stronger than the 002. So I've kind of gotten away from 002 just because I was having finishing gravity issues, and I thought we used to have a little drier. I also find that it brings a little bit more of like, sometimes like there's like almost an oak-like, a cask-like character to it. It's kind of weird, but anyway, I've always wanted to maybe do a bunch of 1 gallons and get your favorite 6 English yeasts mixed together, taste them all, and say this is the one for me.
Right.
But this is pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
So fun stuff.
Yep. So again, I think that ESB's. I guess I'll go with 002 unless we get an 07 strain, White Labs 007, James Bond.
James Bond.
And then
I also like WLP13 as well, but we don't need to talk about that. 13 is which one is that?
Edinburgh?
It's not the British.
No.
But that one's good too. I like that one too.
Okay. Now we're just talking off the top of our heads. So we should probably wrap
we should
up.
wrap it up.
Okay. So again, you should do this at home. Do triangle tests and see if your palate can pick out the 2 same ones. And then compare it to the 1 different one.
Yeah, and something else to point out actually is that the 1028 beer, this is only 2.5 gallons in a 6-gallon carboy.
Huh.
And when I did the 001, the 002, that was in a 3-gallon carboy.
Yeah.
The one reason I point that out is don't be afraid to split up a 5-gallon. Like I have the capacity to do a lot of wort, but don't be afraid to split up 5 gallons into 2 larger carboys. Once it ferments, it's going to push the O2 out of it, and the oxidation shouldn't be an issue. I know some people talk about that in the past, but there's no reason to fear. Use the equipment you have to experiment. Don't worry about it. I mean, try to keep your variables as close together as you can. If I had another 3-gallon carboy, I would have put the 1028 in that too, but it didn't make a difference.
I'm guessing with the small batches, they won't last long. The oxidation won't show up until you'll drink it before it shows up.
We'll get through these pretty fast.
So. All right, for John and Mike, brew-news.com. Experiment on, brew on.
Cheers.